What's going on, everyone? Welcome to today's live stream. I'm going to start out today. I just came across a really interesting post by one of my favorite YouTube advice guys. He says, Sean Cannell is his name. You should check him out. He runs Think Media out of Las Vegas, Nevada. He says, in the creator economy, your entire business is about people. So put people first. It's easy to put money and so many other things first. And while it might be best in the short term, in the long term, you'll regret it. Your audience is all you have. And that struck me as pretty true because I was thinking about how I wanted to start today's stream. And really, I just wanted to put out a huge thank you to everyone that sent all the messages last week. I know that totally got screwed up and whatever. And you guys blew me away with all your messages, even comments on previous videos and Discord and email. I got a lot of love. Anyways, it was great to hear from everybody, and I appreciate all of it. We did okay. We didn't end up having to leave that night. We were packed up literally. So I don't know if everyone knows this, but I have 5 cats. I don't have any kids, but I have 5 cats. And so we had the cats all packed up in their carriers. We had their food, their meds, all this other nonsense. And we literally had it all packed up in our vehicles. And then they came around in our neighborhood and they said, no, you don't have to leave yet. Just be ready to leave. So we spent the next 3 days ready to leave. And the fire did come close to us. At its closest point, I think it was about 4 miles away from my house, which is close. It's close enough that we could see it, and you could definitely smell it. And the skies were so dark, it looked like the apocalypse. It was crazy. But we never did have to leave, which is good. And I'm back at home, or I guess I never left home, but I'm here now, and everything is fine. So my appreciation goes out to all of you. Thanks for your patience. I know that a 4.5 second live stream last week was not what you were looking forward to, but yeah. So anyways, let's get on to business today. Let's see, what do we got going on in chat? DMG Jet, I want to talk to you. I'm going to send you a message actually after the stream. Something came top of mind and it involved you. So I will message you later. Carl, how's it going? Andy, how are you? Nicodemus, hey man, how's it going? Yeah, sorry. Oh, I definitely didn't mean to let anybody worry. I tried to stay in close contact with everyone in Discord for sure. Yeah, cats are kids. I think cats are actually worse than kids in a lot of cases. But today's business. So I've got Mr. Blue. He's with me right now. He's in the back studio, in the green room, they call it, ready to go. So I hope everyone has a bunch of questions in regards to rustmaps.com. If you haven't yet, well, you'll have to wait now till the end of the stream to go watch my video on Rust Maps. I did a fairly thorough explanation about why you should be using Rust Maps and how you can make it beneficial to use Rust Maps. So we've got Mr. Blue in today. So we'll bring him in a couple of minutes here. Stu, hello. And yeah, so that's it's been an interesting week. It's kind of crazy actually if you think it, and it is also worth noting that there are well, we'll say thousands of people right now in my city that are not in their homes, and there have been homes lost, which is absolutely devastating for those families. So my heart goes out to them. And I know that there's actually people that watch this stream. They're probably not watching this stream right now because they got bigger fish to fry, that are from my neck of the woods, and so my heart goes out to them. I know the fear and the unknown that they're going through right now, which is terrifying. So yeah, it was a crazy week, but everything seems to be settled down. You guys probably can't tell. No, you can't tell on but like the outside looks not nearly as bad as it did last week, but it's almost like it was. If I if I shut off all my lighting in my studio right now, you'd notice how dark it was. Anyways, let's be done with all that for right now. Let's bring Mr. Blue into the chat and see what's going on with him. Mr. Blue, welcome.
Hi.
How's it going, man?
Not bad, not bad.
Good. So I've been meaning to ask, or I probably actually have asked before. First, let's check and make sure that everyone in chat can hear Mr. Blue. So let me know if you guys can hear Mr. Blue in chat. It should be okay, but I just want to make sure.
I hope so.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect. Awesome. What is your what time zone are you in? I guess would be the question.
I think it's CEST or something. It's the Netherlands, whatever that is.
Oh, Netherlands. Oh, okay. So that puts you like about 7 hours ahead of me, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I appreciate it that you're staying up late. I know you're a night owl for sure, anyways, but I definitely appreciate it. So let's start with the basics and something that I've been meaning to ask you for quite a while. How did Rust maps become a thing?
All right. Well, so basically, back in the day, I did like UI design for certain servers. I like made a few designs for like custom kit UI and things like that. And then Hopple, I think, reached out at some point saying if I could design something for him, which wasn't actually UI, but just a website.
Mm-hmm.
And I did. I made like the original design for Rust Maps, which doesn't look anything like the current Rust Maps website. And I was like, if you want, I can also code the front end for you. If you know, I will do the front end, you do the back end. Which we basically did, and in the beginning I was paid, and then it became like so much work to add all the features we wanted that we just decided on doing like a profit share instead, so he wouldn't have to pay me out of pocket because, you know, it never made any money. So also having to pay me would have been quite an expensive
a deficit. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
So, yeah, that's how it came to be, and it originally used to be like literally the front page. You could just filter existing maps and that's it. And then over time we added more and more, and now you can generate custom maps and generate maps and all, you know, organization system. There's so much to it.
It's definitely advanced a hell of a lot further than where it was even when I first came about Rust maps. So get a question in chat. Forgive my ignorance. What plugins has he made for Rust? Well, I'll let him answer in a second, but what I know about the situation is he doesn't make any plugins for Rust. But what he does do is maintain the modding platform that we use. So if you're using Oxide mod, or I guess it's UMod, on your server, he's yeah, it is Oxide. That's true. He's the guy that maintains it, and since the Gong show that happened with Wolf a while back, Mr. Blue's been the guy. So every time you update Oxide on your server, that's Mr. Blue's work that you're installing on your server.
Yep, that's me. I do have a few plugins. Well, technically I have like over 100 plugins on Yuma right now because I took over a lot of Wolf's old plugins. But I have a few plugins of my own. Like there's like a few monitor plugins that do things with Discord and things like that. But
right.
And
you're very involved with the Discord DLL, are you not?
No.
Oh, no, that's not you. Okay.
Nope.
Cool, but you are fully capable of maintaining all of the plugins that you've taken over and stuff. So you're comfortable with the...
Yeah, I mean, I don't specifically like maintain... Well, I try to maintain the plugins that have my name on it, but for example, last update, a bunch of plugins broke because of the changes Fishpunch made, and we just updated all the broken plugins, or most of them. There's probably still a few that need fixing, but
right, there you go. BMG Jet is asking a question. I'm not going to post it because I was specifically asked not to bring that up just yet, but don't worry, we're going to cover that in the future. So don't worry, I'm not forgetting about you and I'm not ignoring you. This is my acknowledging your question. Yeah. Old man, how's it going, man? Morning. Where the hell are you that it's morning? You got to be all the way around the world from me. So yeah, I guess I should have clarified my question actually. Why? Why Rust maps? Why did that happen?
Uh, that's a good question. I mean, Hopple already had the ID, and I just, you know, happened to be helping him out with it. And
So it's more like a passion project, really, more than
oh
anything.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
it's always been like just a little hobby. Hopple wanted to like get into like web development, like backend development in C sharp, and he wanted like just a project to work on, and that's basically how it came
Yeah,
to
there you
be.
go. Makes sense. Any chance is there any chance he would ever come on stream, and is he pretty
I don't.
shy, or what's that all about?
He's not a very public person
Oh,
usually.
that's fair. That's fair. Cool. Mr. Blue has also helped me develop modified plugins for Mars. Oh, okay, cool.
Yep, I have made and maintained several plugins for Project Nova and the side projects.
Gotcha.
I do quite a lot of private work for, bigger servers.
Right. So they keep you pretty busy then,
Yep, they do.
I bet. So that between projects like Rust Maps and then all of the private servers you're taking care of, you don't have any free time to do anything.
Nope, I do
Excuse
not.
me. So let's. I was hoping that you guys would all have a bunch of questions for Mr. Blue, stuff that maybe I didn't cover very well in my video, or yeah. So
Guess you did
let's have them.
too good of a job.
Apparently, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I was actually a
also,
little bit shocked when just because we were talking about this earlier, I actually had about an hour and 15 minutes that I had to cut down into 20 minutes. So that 20 minutes, that was squanched right down from, yeah, it was a lot. Yeah, once you start diving into it, there's actually a lot of features that,
yeah,
if you're just looking at the front page, and I'm sure a lot of people do, you could miss a lot. And if you don't dive into it, and if you don't know it's there,
well, and even like a lot of people won't actually see most of it, right? Like the biggest audience we have are actual Rust players that just look at the maps that people send. So
that's
yeah,
true. Yeah, that's actually a valid point.
and there's also like a whole lot of things that you like nobody will ever see, like the whole backend infrastructure and stuff.
Yeah,
That's
of course.
also stuff that needs to be dealt with.
Here's an interesting question. How much money is there in Rust plugin development? Quick answer for you. This much. A big fat goose egg. No. There are people that definitely do make money in that arena. But it's definitely not the reason why they got into it. People that create plugins, they do it because of their passion for what they do and what they can do. If it happens to one day make them money, great. But that's definitely not why they got into it.
Yeah,
There
and
are
it depends on
some
what kind of
developers out there that do make tons of money.
yeah, and it depends on what kind of projects you work on. If you just do paid plugins, then depending on the amount of sales you make, you can make some money. But if you do private work, like for example what I do for Rusticade and Rustoria and stuff, then you're always working on stuff, so you always make money, but you don't make money without doing work like you would
Right.
with selling plugins, because once you put a plugin up, it just generates income if people buy it, right?
Yeah, it's very
So
passive income.
yeah, it depends on which route you go.
That's an interesting question. I'll put it up there and I'll let Mr. Blue respond to it. But okay, that's enough of a response.
I'm not too worried about it.
No, of course not. Just so that everyone is aware, Mr. Blue is oxide, not carbon. So yeah. What's something new coming to Rust Maps in the future, both short and long term?
Let me open our to-do list real quick. One of the features you already hinted to in the video is a 3D viewer of the maps, which we will hopefully be able to get done, but it's quite complicated because there's a lot of data to store. One of the shortest things we're adding is the custom map upload, which Lone Design will probably like because they can finally upload their maps and those maps and have images generated and stuff.
Right.
So that's something we will be hopefully releasing within the next few days. The 3D viewer, it's probably going to take a while, but we also in the very distant future want to see if we can make a custom map generator that includes custom prefabs instead of what we currently do, where you have to have your actual monument.
Right.
You can actually replace it with a completely custom monument, but that's quite complicated. So that's
would you be integrating with Rust Edit in order to make that happen?
We'd have to look into it. It's an idea, and we looked into it a little bit, but it's there's a lot of ways to go about it.
That sounds complicated for sure. BMG Jet, why the name Mr. Blue?
I own servers which are called Wolfpack, and back in the day we had like a little gamer group, and we owned the Wolfpack servers, and everyone was like a colored wolf. So we had blue wolf and green wolf and yellow wolf and every color. And then over time everyone changed their name to whatever, and because I used blue wolf everywhere, including like Oxide and Newman and stuff, everyone knew me as Blue, and I didn't really want to change my name completely, so I just made it Mr. Blue instead.
Yeah, gotcha.
Yep.
It's actually a similar story to how I ended up with my gamer tag too. Was I just didn't want to change it.
Yeah.
Yeah. The way the links post to Discord with the monuments listed is top tier. I'm not really sure what you mean by that.
With the new website, that took quite a while to figure out. He's talking about the Discord embeds. Where it shows like the preview image with the icons and stuff.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yep, that actually took quite a lot of time to get working on the new website, but we managed to do it.
Amino is always in here talking trash. That kid, I tell you what.
Yep.
How do I plug Oxide back in? That's interesting.
Yeah, that's one of my friends.
Well, Oxide, see, I knew you guys were going to do this. You're going to get into all the Oxide stuff. Will Oxide ever auto-update UMod mods? Probably not. You don't want that. You don't want any kind of an auto-update.
UMod mods. We will, in the future have some kind of plugin management system, hopefully, but it's currently not really our main priority.
And you don't want it. Like, honestly, you wouldn't want an auto-update. Like,
well, it depends on how it's implemented. Like, for example, bigger servers like Rusticated and Restoria, it would be cool if they could have like that private plugin repo, which every server would automatically pull from, so they don't have to like manually update stuff. So something like that could work. And then if you have a system like that, you could also use the public repo, like the UMod website, to automatically update those plugins, and you can set rules. And we had a somewhat working version of this with UMod, so it like depends on the version number if you want to update it and stuff, but it's complicated. But we will look into getting that added at some point.
But you can set rules, though. That would be helpful.
Yes.
Gotcha. Do you enjoy playing Rust? Feel like since I started a server, I much prefer working on the back end than usually playing the game. Or actually playing the game.
I have a little confession to make. I have never played Rust.
I wasn't expecting you to actually confess to that.
Well,
I did know that.
People can know that. I don't really care about it. Yeah, no, I don't play the game. Most I play is like when testing, like I'll play mini games and stuff just to make sure my changes work and stuff. But no, I
There you
don't
go.
actually play the game.
That's hilarious. Okay, I'm going to start ignoring some of the Oxide questions, and if Mr. Blue wants to take them, he definitely can. But I'm just gonna scroll past some of those Oxide questions because that's not what today is about. Here's one. Is there an easier way to see custom map generation history than trying to research it on the main page?
On the main page, there's several toggles you can make to find the ones you need. You just, if it's a custom map, you enable custom map, and either the organization you generated it with or or your personal account, and then you can, in the top right, I think it is, there's a drop down which you can sort by like newest or like time descending, ascending. Then you should be able to find it quite easily. But no, there's no like map generation history. We did talk about that, about implementing it, but that's not
There's a
whole lot of
filter
use to it.
system there too, is there not?
Yeah, so the
Yeah.
front page, you can use all the front page filters in that as well.
Gotcha. Yeah, never played Rust. Yep. And that happens too. Like, you'd be surprised at how many server owners actually never play the game. They might be in the game for setups and testing and all this other stuff, but like actually playing the game, you don't have time. There's always something you can be working on, or should be working on anyways. Will you ever add monument priority values you can set?
We talked about that several times, but it isn't as easy as just, putting a number next to it, because the way the generation works, we have to, we have certain limitations. But yes, it's definitely something we talked about, and I'm pretty sure it's a task somewhere.
It's on the roadmap somewhere.
Yeah, if it's feasible, we will look into it. But I think last time we checked, it's kind of hard.
Gotcha. More custom map generators, please. More on the... Oh, I see. More on the custom map generator. Gotcha. Talking about like the custom prefabs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for now it's only the safe zones. We might look into doing other ones as well, but
it'll go in that same body of work that you were
most
talking about
likely.
before. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I gotta like swing my head way over there to see around my camera for some damn reason. It seems to be out of position. Oftentimes owners modify outposts and other monuments customizable that works with the generator. Oh, that's a question. Are there monuments?
So
okay. Go ahead.
outpost. So like I said, every single safe zone is customizable at the moment, which are the fishing villages, the bandit camp, outpost, and the horse stables, I think. So it's like 6 or 7 monuments you can change.
Is there a particular reason why you only did safe zones?
Those are the main ones that most people usually change.
That's fair.
Like, for example, custom outpost, or like adding recyclers to fishing village, stuff like that.
Right, gotcha. Yeah, see, exactly. What's that like? Yeah, I totally feel you. That's a terrible question, but let's put it up there anyways.
Let's just say it's a good thing I rarely go outside.
Fair enough. It'd be cool if we could use a tool to generate randomized prefabs. Maybe some AI could be used. I will completely and forever advocate against anything AI.
Yeah, I mean, randomized prefabs, it's not really feasible because there's going to be a bunch of issues. The only way that will work is if you have like preset things like Rust currently has, where I think the abandoned military is somewhat automatically generated. like randomly generated, and the underwater labs as well. But they also have like preset modules. But just like completely randomized, that's basically impossible, and also
Well,
probably not something we want to look into.
generate randomized prefabs. That's essentially procgen.
Yeah,
Really,
goodness.
because that's what it's doing when it's just when the server is procedurally generating a map. It's randomized, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Oops, this one here. This is actually a cool idea. Trending map section. So popular maps. Or rating system too. Interesting concept.
The first ID in the like IDs to explore thing right here is ability to like maps and have a score based on set likes. So something
There you go.
we'll look into at some point.
So it's
hopefully.
right there. I'm assuming that was a private conversation. I'm not really sure what that's in reference to.
No, he might have mentioned it, but we talk about a lot of stuff, so I can't say we did.
Fair enough. Mino, you're a damn liar. I know that's not true. All right. Well, that was easy. I got through that list of questions really quickly. Excuse me. So in chat, has anybody, or actually I should check this first before I say that. So I'm going to do that right now. Just one sec. Because I have questions. All right. So let's talk about this. And going. There we go. There we go. There we go. All right, let's talk about this. So just a little bit of history. So Mr. Blue and I connected about 6 weeks ago. Actually, it might even be longer than that, discussing what the video is going to look like for Rust maps. And we pushed it, and then finally we said, let's just push it an entire month, mainly because of my schedule, and it gave them some extra time to finish up some details. So here we are. Let's just call it 6 weeks later, just for argument's sake. And there's this big fancy warning at the top of the screen right there. That says something about the 10th of May, which, if my calendar is correct, was 2 days ago. So what's going on?
So basically, the reason we haven't released it yet is it's not ready. Even though we've had a lot of time to get it ready, there's still like a few small finishing touches we have to do with the whole subscription system thingies.
So to everybody in chat, this is bonus time to be making use of the premium version, premium subscription level of Rust maps, because it's still free. I kind of alluded to it a little bit in my video, by accident actually, because I didn't pay attention to the big red warning across my screen. But yeah, so if you haven't tried out rustmaps.com, now's the time, and then you can use it all for free. There is there will be a free version, obviously a very trimmed down version of what you're getting for free right now, but get in there and check it out, because you're going to love it, and then you're going to want to subscribe. So the long and the short of it is it's just not ready to go yet.
I just pushed an update to remove the like the blur from the website, because the pricing is basically final now. We just have to wait for the whole subscription thing to be finished.
Right. That was something that I did try to talk about and couldn't, because
Yeah, I should, like, in a second, I should be able to It's building right now. Let me check. Oh, you pick it.
Yep. It's broken. I done busted it.
Just say that.
Yeah.
It should be live now.
Not yet for me. Anyways, we'll get back to this business. Well, that's so services like what they're doing with rustmaps.com, I mean, it's not free, and nobody's time is free, unless that's supposed to be a funny question. It's hard to sense tone via text, but
That's supposed to be a funny one.
It is? Okay. Do you know Potato Animation? Oh, okay. So he's just ragging on you.
Going on vacation with him in like 3 weeks.
Nice. Will there be an option to allow multiple maps generated with specific monuments placed at specific locations and rotations within the map?
One monument we do want to look into is tying to always center outpost. So that would be a thing, but I mean, we talked about basically every single thing you can think about of things we can add to our custom generator because the possibilities are basically endless. But we don't currently have anything planned to like set specific positions and stuff other than the what's it called? The oil rigs. You can like position them right now.
Were you saying there that you want outposts to always be in the center of the map?
Yeah, we want an option to be able to always center outposts because certain servers, want that to be the center thing, which makes sense.
Yeah, it absolutely does. I'm surprised that it's not a proc gen feature, actually. It's pretty rare that it is in the center of the map. Amino, yes, we're going to be connecting, you know that. We're going to connect on Ultimate Archon and start producing that video soon too. I know I'm a week behind what I told you, but I'll make it up to you. I'll give you a discount on how much I charge you for that video. How about that? I think I legitimately, like, I don't know what I did. Here, let's open up another one. Nope, still no dice for me, but that's okay. What is the tech stack of Rust maps? I don't even understand that. Oops.
So the backend is written in ASP.NET, so C#. The database is Postgres, and the front end is made with Vue.js, the latest version, Bootstrap 5, and that's basically it. It's hosted on Cloudflare pages.
Sounds like a lot of specific technical speak. I'm going to assume that you know what this question is about.
I do indeed know, and it's the same guy that just asked me to plug Oxide back in, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, okay, I got you.
And I'm still waiting on him to finalize the plans for that, so whenever he figures out how to get that going.
This is actually a really good point by Lone. I love the heat maps that are there currently. I'm just wondering if there's, and obviously so is Lone, wondering if there's going to be an expansion to that feature.
So this doesn't really fit into the heat maps that we currently have. This would fit in more with the like the live player tracking, I guess, which we also talked about because that's endless possibilities for us. We did talk about potentially making something that I think Players.io does, where you have like the live map with like the live positions of things.
Yeah.
We did talk about that, but it's currently not necessarily planned, but it's definitely something we want to look into. But because we have so many different, so soon, once we hopefully release like the 3D maps and stuff, it's getting quite complicated to make everything work with all the features we have.
Of course.
We'd have to make probably could lock things down, of course. We could just make the heat or the live player map only work with normal maps and not on 3D, but it would be cool if it also worked on 3D.
Yeah.
So. Yeah.
And another thing too is the more interaction the website has with the server, the more possibility you're introducing for latency and drag and server performance.
I mean, we'd have to definitely expand our infrastructure to be able to deal with something like that, because ideally we wouldn't want the server to have too much to do, right? Like ideally everything would happen away from the server to make most performant as possible. But
right.
Yeah, it's.
Yeah, and you brought up Rust.io, and that's exactly the problem with that is it causes too much drag on your server.
If you go with a certain amount of players, then it definitely not gonna
huge draw. BMG's got a good one. Are there any stats you can share with us, such as bandwidth usage, how many servers you're running for MapGen, views per month, etc., etc.?
Well, so the site itself and the storage and things like that, they're all hosted by GSK, Games of Kings, who very generously give us basically whatever we ask for. There's certain limits, but we have several machines with them. There's also, I think we have 6 dedicated machines running map generators at all time. But we also have it's kind of like an enterprise option for like the really big servers like Rusticated and Rustoria and such, where they can buy like their own generator, which just infinitely generates maps for their like criteria. So we have a bunch of those, which cost like extra money for us to run because we don't get those sponsored, of course. Plus, our usage is very weird, I guess, because most of our usage is force wipe week. So we can't really make sure we have enough processing power to if we did have enough processing power in-house to get through force wipe, we'd have like way too much power the rest of the month.
Right.
So we automatically scale out to like cloud instances for generators in like around force wipe just to handle the load. As for stats, where's my phone? I can take a look, I guess. This one.
To everyone in chat, just hop on rustmaps.com and make sure that it's loading for you, and hopefully this is just my issue.
Yeah, you might have to clear your cache. It's working fine for me.
Okay. Oh, okay. As long as it's working for you, that's fine.
So when was the force wipe? 4th of May or something, right?
Yeah, May the 4th.
Yeah. So we had 36,000 unique visitors on just that day.
That's impressive. Considering there's what, I forget what the last count was, 12,000 servers or something like that.
Yeah, but most of our viewers don't come from the server owners.
Right. No, that's right. They're the player population.
Yep.
There was a good one up here. Let's get Lowen here. Drag and drop option that just procedurally connects everything correctly, but allows users to drag and drop monuments where preferred. I think we kind of touched on that a little bit.
We actually had we had talked about something like this. You know the like AI drawing thing that Microsoft I think has, or Google, where you can like draw a little landscape by just drawing colors and it like automatically generates an image.
Okay.
Something like that is what we talked about, where you just be like, I want, you know, outpost here and outpost is like green, and then I want like, I don't know, a lake here, and then you just with blue you like make
Right.
like a little lake, but that's definitely not anywhere in the planning right now because that's way too complicated.
Gotcha. When servers aren't I think when generators aren't generating custom
Yeah,
maps, do
no,
they keep
generators.
making proc gens?
Yes, so all our servers will automatically fall back to like a certain set of maps that we want them to generate. So we have like specific sizes that we usually generate because like a lot of people want like 3K maps or like 4.5 or 3.5. So like we generate them in certain sizes.
So how many maps do you think will the website will generate that aren't custom builds over a month, let's say?
Um, it kind of depends because so over a month we don't always have to wipe every month. So I think the longest we've had now is like 3 months, and we had like I can't remember how much it was. It was a lot of maps. Let me see if I can find it. We had at some point we had over 1.5 million maps or something in the database.
So significant. That's pretty good.
Yep.
And considering, like I said, there's 12,000 servers, that's a lot of options for everybody. So that's good.
Yep. But yeah, the generators are always going.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and I mean, as long as FacePunch doesn't change how ProcGen functions, then your database can stay intact, right? Yeah.
We manually check every wipe to make sure like there's no changes.
Gotcha. You just talked about pushing an update. What is the build process you use to deploy new versions? Do you have continuous deployment pipeline?
So the front end is using Cloudflare Pages, which has basically everything built in for that. You just set up your Git repo and it automatically builds however you want it. So that's what we do. It uses Vite, which is like a Vue.js thing, to build the files, and then it's automatically updated on Cloudflare.
Because there seems to be so many infrastructure questions, how's your security? I hope it's really good.
I mean, we haven't had any issues yet, so.
No, that's good. I just hope nobody's trying to figure out a way in.
I doubt it. That's not any waste. There's not really that many things you really can get into. I mean,
No.
I guess you could get access to the GitHub repos or something, but
Yeah, right. Yelnats, welcome, man. I'm glad you were finally able to make it to a live stream on time. I appreciate that. Do you have any affiliation with Fat Shark?
I have no idea what that is.
Don't know what that is either. What sort of limits are in place with them? Yeah, I don't know. If you don't know who it is, then they can't have any limitations on you.
Yeah.
Cortex, maybe you can clarify that a little bit. I'm not sure. Cobra, is there any plugins out there to bring back the old gun sounds? No, because they're gone forever. Get over it. Will there ever be a client tool of Rust maps in the future?
People have definitely asked about this, and no, probably not, because a lot of the processing happens on the server, so we would have to make a tool that basically shows everyone everything, everything we do to make the website work, which we rather not.
Yeah.
And yes,
that
we
makes
would be able
sense.
to somehow protect it, but it does a bunch of like nonsense that comes with it, because people will be able to upload like random broken maps if they want. If it's like not
Right.
properly managed, then we'd have to make sure that all the data that gets submitted to our service is like valid and just not worth the overtime.
Not worth to what end? Like, it doesn't serve you
Yeah.
any benefit to do that.
No.
Yeah. Are there any future plans to add underwater labs as a filter option?
Underwater Labs is kind of a weird monument because it's like auto-generated, so it kind of works weird. But I'll add a task to see if we can look into that.
It's also not a safe zone, so not really. Oh, I
Well,
guess
it's
you're
a
not
filter
talking
option on the
about.
front end, then you know.
Yeah, it's not a prefab question. It's a filter option. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, Yelnats, I agree. I've been using it to generate my maps for quite some time now, actually. I was just using random maps, and I kind of should have punched myself in the face a long time ago about it. Because it's much better to select your map, and with Rust maps, it only takes you a couple of minutes and you get exactly what you're looking for, so yeah. This is the first stream I've made it fully for. I may have missed subjects on the other ones. Yeah, you're usually late, but that's okay. I appreciate you coming anyways. Rust maps, Rust edit, let's go. Yep.
And that's not much we can work together with, but if
No,
we ever
not
need
really.
To, then, you know, I work with KillU as well, so
Yeah, right.
if it's ever needed, we can definitely talk about it.
We have a $10 super chat from Rustiv. Well, glad to see you're safe and online. Mr. Blue, is it possible to give us, I'm going to put that up there, give us biome percentage slider for custom map gen, similar to map gallery, so custom map gens with heaps of snow or desert, for example.
It's one of the planned features. It's just harder than expected to implement.
I was surprised actually how much I enjoyed using those sliders. I didn't think I was going to, but I was able to make a little tiny snow biome, and it was great. I loved it. Worked great.
Yeah. We just don't have a whole lot of control over the actual map generation, so it's kind of, you know, we have to hack our way through certain things
Right.
to make it work. So.
Fat Shark is a game developer.
I have no idea.
Not really sure how that's
He would have
relevant.
probably meant Facepunch then, like if Facepunch restricts us in any way.
Oh,
That was just
okay.
what his question was about, right? Let me see if I can find it. Do you have any affiliation with Fat Shark? Yeah, I assume it's Facepunch. There is basically no limitations from them on us. They, for as far as we know, they like our project and are supportive of it. And
Well, and looking at a bigger picture too, like every single server owner out there is somehow trying to monetize their server. So if the game developer had a problem with, you know, a website like Rust Maps,
yeah,
they would really have a
Facepunch
problem.
isn't like their terms of service states that they are fine with you like monetizing off of their game. So
Yeah. In fact, they kind of encourage it, really. So yeah, it's good. What is the most common map sizes for 200 or 300 pop servers?
no idea.
I would say personal preference, really. I've seen one squares that have 200 players on it, so it could be anywhere across the board. I prefer 4500 because you get all of the major monuments, and you'll always get a launch site on 4500. So that's my preference, but I also don't have to ever worry about a 200 or 300 pop server. So that's yeah. Oh, there we go. There's some clarification there.
Yeah.
So you meant
no
face
limitations.
punch. Gotcha. No, they don't care. I'm sure they encourage us to monetize basically whatever we can out of Rust. The more exposure we do as server owners or developers or whatever, it's better for them anyways. So in the end, In the end, we all win. I have a 30 event server, and every wipe I have to update every plugin. Will there be a tool which it updates itself? We kind of touched on that a little bit ago. So the answer to your question is yes and no.
There's several plugins that will notify you if there's a plugin that needs updating, but that's currently no automated way. Well, there's a few, like a few tools out there that might do it, but yeah.
There are, yeah. I'll put a sorry, I can't type and talk at the same time. I'm gonna put a video in chat. Am I gonna put a video in chat? Holy. I recently just did a video on this. Oh my god, this is ridiculous. Oh, speaking of that, there, I just caught myself doing it. I'm gonna come back to that here in a sec. Oh yeah, there it is. So I actually had somebody give me a tongue lashing here. Okay, so for auto updating, or for keeping your plugins up to date, check out that video that I just put in chat there. It goes over a couple of other issues, or a couple of other items as well, but in there I talk about update checker. And if you're not using update checker, you're just letting the best of server ownership pass you by, because it will save you a ton of time. And the tongue lashing, a commenter a while ago was upset that I used the Lord's name in vain. And while I don't consider myself a religious person at all, I definitely don't mean to do that. And I do consciously try not to do stuff like that. So I apologize. And the reason why I thought of it is because I just did it. So I apologize. All right, where did we leave off here? That's an interesting one. When are you going to add being able to upload black and white height map image and generate from that?
Well, that's funny because BMG himself is involved in that a little bit. We will see. Yeah, we'll see. No time spent for that yet.
So just let's clarify what that means, because there's people that might not understand what it means to introduce a height map image into map generation.
All right, so basically it would define the way the terrain looks, like how high and how low, and if it's under a certain depth, it would be water. So if you can upload, like, if you upload a full white image, it would just be like the highest completely level map, I guess, just flat. And if you make it waved, it would generate a wave map, and you can just generate a random height map image and then upload it, and then it would generate with that terrain. But yeah, currently no time frame for when we would add that and how we would add it, because it's quite complicated to.
So my understanding that we should be able to take, like, let's say a Google map image of, let's say, a city that we know, and create a height map out of that, and then transfer that into Rust maps eventually one day, and create a map based off of a real topology. I'm just trying to figure out, like, why people would care about a height map.
Yeah. People will want, like, different kind of terrain for different kind of, I don't know, things.
So I'm just overcomplicating it. It's just people want to have that control.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. What made you decide to develop Rust maps? So we kind of touched on that a little bit.
Hopple restart. It was a passion project, and I just ended up doing all the front end for it, and here we are.
Cortex, I'm pretty sure you were involved in that conversation at the very beginning. So, yeah. Well, Amino says 200 to 300 pop. You tend to see 35 to 4,000 map sizes. I don't know about that. I disagree. But hey, Amino knows more than I do. That's for sure. And here we've got some accolades, so we'll take that. Apoco says, you guys are both amazing. Love all your work. I appreciate that. And, oh, here's another one. Always got to love that. When will the pricing be finalized? Site won't let me subscribe as grayed out buttons.
Right, so the pricing currently on the site is basically final. We just have to finish the actual implementation of the subscription system, which got delayed a little bit. So within the next few days, we will be releasing that and announcing it on Discord, of course.
So pay attention to RustMaps Discord for sure, and you can get a link to their Discord right off of their website. So make sure you're a member over there. Update checker is good, but needs work. That makes me curious. For example, it doesn't remove entries when a plugin is removed. So that's actually a valid point, but I did put in a suggestion that would deal with that exactly. Let me just double check here. I put that in as a suggestion, and they said that it would come out on the next update. However, bear with me here. Yeah, so that update has not been pushed out. So what I suggested they do was make it an actual embed that would replace itself every time instead of adding a new message. So that functionality is coming. I think it's done already. They were just waiting for a couple more features to be added to the plugin before they push that update, because just that by itself wasn't enough for them to push it out. So it's coming. With no timelines, because nothing has timelines. Oh, I got put behind there. There we go. BMG, again, the height map.
Yeah, there's tools out there to generate a height map that you like, I guess, and then you could generate a map from that if we ever implement the functionality.
You know how sometimes when you're talking to somebody and you've never actually like you're just typing with them, you don't actually voice with them ever, and you kind of try to draw a picture of what that person might look like. If what you've said about BMG is accurate, I was completely wrong on a major part of who BMG is. I thought BMG was a female. I don't know why.
I mean, I don't want to, cause any drama, but I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, no, yeah, it's a weird topic.
I'm pretty sure they aren't. That's how you're supposed to say it.
Yeah, that's the way that's supposed to be put. Yeah, that's right. I think we're getting mixed up in a conversation here. That's okay. Getting an update checker now. Totally forgot about that. What are you talking? Oh, Ultimate Archon. Just always promoting. Good for you, man. Always promote. Keep that up. Don't ever stop doing that. So Amino is saying that Ultimate Archon version 2.0 is getting an update checker. So that'll be an upcoming video.
Someone asked if it's possible to generate terrain yard on a map that's smaller than that. Yes. It's not possible to do it without a custom map. However, it is possible to generate one on Rust maps if it like a custom map.
Oh yeah.
You have to make sure you enable the above ground terrain system, because that's required for the monument to spawn.
Oh, so if it can't generate a train track around the map, it won't allow the monument to be placed?
No, because it has to be linked up to the train
I did
system.
not know that. Did not know. Yes, I did. I'm sorry, BMG. I totally did. Oh, see, look, here's backup. I don't know why.
I think it's the Discord profile picture.
Oh. Is that what it is? Now I gotta go look. Oh, look at that. Huh, that's hilarious. I wonder if that's what it did. I wonder if that's why I made that assumption. Interesting. Well, we've taken up an hour, just about an hour of Mr. Blue's time. So unless you guys have a bunch of last minute questions, we're going to let Mr. Blue go. So,
Now,
get him.
before we go, because he's gonna fucking kill me if I don't, Nicodemus also helped us with the zooming in of maps.
Ah, beautiful.
If I don't credit him, he's gonna fucking murder me. So there
Yeah,
you go.
no, understand. Nicodemus is, oh, actually, you guys are from the same neck of the woods, no?
Yeah, he's from the UK.
Oh, I thought he was Netherlands.
Nope. My favorite color is orange.
Yeah, there we go.
Mm-hmm.
Nicodemus, the genius behind, well, so many different things, but my favorite plugin, Grid Power. Y'all are getting weird with these questions. Holy dynamite.
I was looking at it. Nothing. I don't own any.
There you
I
go.
don't own any blue things. I don't think.
What would you say is missing from Rust right now? Oops, there we go. In terms of plugin, this goes for both of you. I'll let Mr. Blue go first, and I've got one that I want to add.
First of all, I'm not telling you because I want to make those. But no, I don't have anything specific. I think you know, in my position, it makes more sense to focus on the framework to make it possible to do whatever people want. So I don't really focus on like gameplay or plugin development much, unfortunately.
And for me, my one request right now, as far as plugins goes, I've requested it now a couple of times from a couple of different developers, is the ability to automatically spawn arenas in specified locations, no matter what map you've used during wipe. And I want a fully automated arena system, which I have yet to successfully get my hands on. I know there's one out there. I know of a server owner that writes his own plugins, and he uses exactly, and I might actually just go to him and see if I can buy it off of him. But yeah, so as far as plugins goes, that's what I want. As far as Rust itself, I love the Adobe skin of Stone right now, and I can't wait for more to come.
There's at least 2 or 3 more coming. They're already
Yeah.
in the game, but not released. Oh well,
Oh,
not in the game, but that's references.
the functionality is there. We just don't have access to it, type thing.
Yep.
So the skinning of, and Alistair and Helk have always said for a long time that they want the ability to skin absolutely every item in the game. So being able to skin our bases, this is a no-brainer, and they've been talking about that for years. So I'm glad they're finally implementing that.
Yep. Because I was Blue Wolf and I wanted to keep the blue to, you know, not confuse people. Basically chose ones and now I'm stuck with it. Also, I don't think we will ever have the ability to make custom skins for buildings. At least not anytime soon, because of the way it's currently implemented. It requires actual like models to be loaded. So I don't think there will be an option for that anytime soon.
It's similar in concept to being able to, because it's a world model, right?
Yeah.
So that would be like trying to skin bear meat or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Horse skins, horse armor skins. Yeah, horse armor skins, I absolutely think should be a thing.
No,
I haven't.
It's not. It's not anything like that. It does have a skin ID, but it's weird. It basically, when you upgrade, it replaces the game object with a new version of itself, with like the the other skin on it, and the other skins also have different things poking out of them. Like they're not the exact same size as the normal stuff. They have
Right.
like the core thingies around them.
One thing I find interesting is that the developer of B grade and building grades hasn't implemented a way to have that selectable as a build tier.
I actually talked to Ryan about that when the plugin broke last update. It's not as easy. Well, it's doable, but it's quite hard to make it properly switch between them. I actually had to implement it for the Rusticated build server, where you do have a B grade Adobe option to build with it. But yeah, the switching between the skins is quite weird, let's say.
Fair enough. Yeah, PMG's got it. You got to edit the client files to add skins. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so with sorry. Oh, that's a good one. I like that. Do you play or have played Rust, or do you just enjoy programming Rust-related tools?
I have never played Rust. I don't play Rust, and I do enjoy making things for Rust. Basically, otherwise I wouldn't be here.
And just so that it's said again, if you weren't here earlier, Mr. Blue is the maintainer of Oxide right now, so he's definitely the brains behind our ability to customize our game 100%. All right, so if that's it for chat, I'm going to let you go. I appreciate you stopping by. Is there anything else you'd like to add last minute? You got any socials you want people to follow, or websites you want people to subscribe to, or Discords you want to join?
I mean, join the Rust Maps Discord, I guess.
Join the Rust Maps Discord. It's on the rustmaps.com website, top right hand corner. Click on the Discord icon, and it'll take you directly to their Discord.
Yep.
All right. Well, thank you so much, man. I appreciate your time, and I look forward to working with you in the future on upcoming projects.
I'm sure we will.
Absolutely. All right. Take care, man. Thanks a lot.
Bye.
All right. That was Mr. Blue with rustmaps.com. It's crazy to hear someone that doesn't play Rust but makes plugins. You'd be surprised at how many people fall into that category. Nicodemus is in chat right now. How often do you get to play the game? Whispers, I seen you in here earlier. How often do you get to play the game? BMG Jet, how often do you get to play the game? Are you hitting dabs? I don't know what that means. So no, I'm not hitting dabs because I don't know what that is, so I can't do it. Well, I had oh, that's embarrassing. I had tickers made up for this and I never used them. I got so busy in chat. So Solarix doesn't get to play very often. Yeah, Amino. Yeah, Amino never plays the game. I do know that. Yes, picked it up after the last update. That's not yes, is it? Like yes, yes. I think you're yes from my Discord. Played Rust for about 3 months. There we go. This is from Nicodemus. Played Rust for about 3 months. Started right when mini coppers got involved. Kept losing, so I figured I suck at the game. Might be better at the process of altering its rules. Love it. Played so much that I had to start learning how it all works and create a server with your vids. Yeah. Yeah. I've brought a lot of people to the game and people that never were even interested in playing Rust and stumbled across my channel and all of a sudden they're playing it. How much do you charge to help set up a Rust server, as I have my own dedicated server? It depends on the extent of what you want. You can definitely shoot me a Discord message and kind of give me a breakdown of what it is that you're looking for. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't charge. I very rarely charge people unless I'm doing like from a ground up build. I very rarely charge anything. Yeah, that is your old ass profile pic, isn't it? Yeah. Seen a lot of people that hate playing Rust but love content. Yeah, that's fair. Yep. Little Civ, welcome. Welcome. You're definitely late. Definitely late. So I was going to show you all a plugin. It's a little bit unorthodox. Actually, no, I better not do that. I was going to fire up Rust and show you a new plugin. But I better not risk it because, as many of you may know, my computer tends to mess with me when I'm streaming. So I'm going to not do that. But anyways, Razer has built a plugin that utilizes the new fighter jets that are part of the built-in wipe process. And he's created basically an event. So you can definitely go check that out. myvector.xyz is Razer's website. And go check that out because it's a pretty. I was playing around with it the other night. It's changed again since the last time I touched it. So I'm excited to try that out. I'm going to test it out a little bit after this stream. But yeah, making an event out of these new fighter jets was definitely an obvious thing to do. I'm glad somebody picked up those reins right away. That's a good question, actually. What made you start doing all of this? So, I've been building servers since about, I don't know, 2016, 2017, somewhere in there, maybe a little bit earlier than that. So I started getting a lot of people that were coming to me asking me, hey, how do I do this? How do I do that? And I found that I was answering the same questions over and over and over and over. And like literally hundreds of times I would be saying the same thing over and over. So finally I just said, you know what? I need to start making videos so I can just start pointing people to these videos that are going to answer the questions. Saves me a bunch of time. And it can, be a long time, like long after I'm done doing this, that information is still going to be available to people that want to get started. So to answer your question more directly, it was so that I could stop answering the same question over and over. Yelnats, I appreciate that. Thank you. Rustiv, thank you. Is Carbon available from hosting sites to use? Yes, some. I do know that icedhost.com allows you to use Carbon as an option, but I don't know for sure about anybody else. I do know that there are others, but I just don't know who they are. sitting here looking for an old command to increase density. Guess where I found it this time? Probably in my channel video catalog, I'm sure. In 5 days, I've already tracked 60,000 PvP kills. This is a what do they call that? A humble brag. That's a humble brag, just in case anybody doesn't know. Fighter jets up close look like those styrofoam models they used to sell for 50. Yeah. Yeah. And that will probably change over time. I didn't even think of that, actually. I should go up close and see one. They'll change that model over time too, I'm sure. Yelnats, which URL are you looking for? You did not call Salami. Tell me you didn't call Salami for that. I have a video on that exact thing. Shame. For shame. For shame. Saw earlier that you can now spawn road Bradleys. That's something that they've been talking about for a long time. I'm glad that they finally implemented. I should actually run a wipe test on my test server and see what. I haven't actually seen what that looks like. I had somebody message me the other day on Discord. Apparently they somehow changed their wipe parameters, whether it was accidental or whatever, and they had a bunch of Bradleys running around their map and fighter jets coming in dropping bombs on them. And they couldn't figure out why. They obviously didn't know that that was a built-in feature of Rust. So, yeah, let me know, Andy. Hit me up in Discord. Let me know if you do come up with some sort of a plugin that would give us a little bit more control over that. Yeah, it is already a plugin, but it's, I don't know. It's definitely different for sure. And BMG Jet made them flyable. That's hilarious. But fast, like you can cross the entire map in seconds. Like, what is it? I think it's 10 seconds across a 4,500 map. Yeah, Nats, what URL are you talking about, man? You found it. You went looking for it. I still don't know what you're looking for. Ryan Hoffman, great question. Is there a way to see how each plugin is running? Like if it's causing server lag? Yes, absolutely. There's an application called Grafana, which I have meant to connect with one of the members in my Discord to go over Grafana, because I think everyone should be using it to do exactly that. There are other plugins that will do a similar process. I've never tested them, but yes, to answer your question, yes, there are abilities out there. Oh, okay. BMG, I'll check that. I'll check that out. Yeah, I don't know what he's looking for. That's what I was asking. I have no idea. I still can't load rustmaps.com. I'm gonna have to clear my cache and see if what's going on there. Yeah, that's true, Amino. That's true. Grafana is just a logging platform. You'd want to use Rust server metrics to log it, to view it. Yeah, exactly. What's the best way to get in contact with me regarding plugins? Definitely hit me up in Discord directly. Go to discord.srtbull.com for the invite. But it depends on what you want to discuss regarding plugins, because I'm not a developer. I don't have. Yeah, no, Danny. I know that it's working. It's definitely just me. I'll have to figure that out after. Ryan says, I do have to say thanks for all the videos. Got me out of a few jams by watching your videos. That's what it's all about. Absolutely. Apoko, just over 14K hours, plays 0. Yeah, I know. It's super frustrating. I'm gonna actually pull mine up because I haven't checked mine in a really long time. Oops. View my profile. Rust. So I'm at 12,803 hours, and I rarely get to play the game. Like super rare. Super rare. There was a time though, back in 2015 when I first started playing Rust, that like literally that's all I did was play Rust. I had it set up on my work computer. This is when I was playing with a clan, the guys that actually introduced me to the game. And I was like literally 24/7 except for while I was driving back and forth to work. I might not have been playing, but at least I was logged in and knew if our base was getting raided and had to call in the troops to save our base or something like that. That's a great idea, Lone. I like that. Lone says you should work in collab with Shadowfrags for mini skit when he needs to feature something server owner specific, like a command or something. I've reached out to Shadowfrags a couple of times, and I mean he's a busy dude. I get that. And in the YouTube verse, I'm kind of small potatoes as far as he's concerned. So, yeah, I don't imagine I would get any. I have a hard time getting on his radar. Let's put it that way. I have a hard time getting on anybody's radar. I can't get Alistair or Helk. I tried communicating with them a long time ago now, but yeah, I'm still small potatoes. Like I'm not even at 20K subs yet, and that's pretty small time. It's not small time for me. That's huge for me. I'm like a celebrity in my own mind. Well, I'm glad I was able to come back and stream this week, and get everyone in front of Mr. Blue. That was really good, and I appreciate Mr. Blue making the time for me again. We had this scheduled for last week, and of course that didn't work out. Yeah, it's funny. This man is easily the most dedicated player, admin, owner, partner, and now YouTuber. Truly impressive. Don't sell yourself short. I'm definitely not selling myself short. Like I said, in my own mind, I'm a damn celebrity. Thank you, Yell Nats. I appreciate that. Corrosion Hour, thank you for the well wishes. Last week was a bit terrifying. It was a little bit unknown there for a while, but we're all good now. I appreciate it though. All right, so thank you all so much for joining in the stream. Don't forget to hit that like button for me on the way out. Specific shout out to Rustiv. He dropped 10 monies into the super chats today. I appreciate that. Yeah, that's actually a valid point. Managed to almost double his subscriber base last year. No, you're absolutely right. You're right on point there. Right on point. It was a little bit less than double, but yeah, it was pretty close. Either way. All right, so I'm going to shut down the stream. Thank you all so much for dropping by. I appreciate it. And make sure you've joined the Discord for rustmaps.com. If you don't know how to do that, go to rustmaps.com. And in the top right-hand corner, there's a Discord icon. Just click on that, and it'll take you directly to it. And so if you've got any questions for them or need some help with something, and of course, check my video on Rust Maps. I did a good full-length video on all of the different features, or many of the different features of Rust Maps. And so that will answer a lot of your questions. And yeah, so I'm going to stop jibber jabbering, and thank you all so much for coming, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace.